Nigeria, does this also send messages to others who are still thinking, should I play for another country or play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
Well, everybody should be free to choose what they want. But of course, if you are a Nigerian and you choose to represent another country, you don't expect me to praise you for doing that. Of course, if your choice, good luck to you. I wish you well. But I'm not going to praise you for doing that. And if you decide to choose Nigeria ahead of other countries, of course, I will be very proud and welcome you. People like Israel Adesanya, people like Kamaru Usman, people like so many others, Anthony Joshua, who, I hear some arguments that Nigeria did not contribute anything to their development, so Nigeria should not attempt to, bask in the euphoria of their greatness and all that. And my counter-argument is, hey, hold on, Nigeria did not go out seeking for these guys. They on their own identified with us. They proudly, many, when I first saw Kamaru Usman, of course from the name, I knew this guy should be a Nigerian. And then he started talking. And of course with his American accent and everything. I was just wondering, who is this guy? And the next minute, he just could switch and went to Pidgin. Like I told him, Nigerian, they carry last. Wow! I was so happy when he did that. Later I got to know that he's from Auchi. He's from Edo State, right here. Israel Adesanya. When he speaks, come on, that he's got so much confidence, and there is no, you wouldn't even know he ever lived in Africa or that he was born in Africa from his accent. But this guy speaks Pidgin, this guy speaks Yoruba, this guy is proud of his Nigerian ancestry. The same thing with Anthony Joshua, although he's not that fluent in Pidgin and Yoruba, but you can see that he's trying. Kamaru Usman sometimes paints his face in the Nigerian flag when he comes out for his way in. Israel Adesanya has got the tattoo of Africa on his chest. Anthony Joshua has got the tattoo of Africa on his shoulder with a map of Nigeria in there. So these guys have identified with us. They want to really show the world. And whenever you see them fight, they go with the flag of Nigeria. Something that went under the radar. Costas Adetokunbo, he plays for the Lakers. Yeah, we were expecting that maybe the first Adetokunbo that will win the NBA will be the brother, Giannis Adetokunbo, the great freak. But these guys, they recognize that they are from Nigeria. If you watch the celebration of the Lakers, you will see what Costas Adetokunbo did. He had two flags. One was the Greek flag, and then the other was the Nigerian flag. The green white thing. He had it with him. When David Alaba, Bayern Munich, when they won the champion, I didn't take note of it this time, but when they won it in 2013, David Alaba had a flag, and the flag was unique. One half of the flag was the Austrian flag, the other half was the Nigerian flag. He merged them into one and he wrapped them around himself, because of course his father is from Nigeria. So when these guys accept that they are Nigerians, of course we should celebrate them. You now have these other guys in the Super Eagles who could represent other countries. Cyril Dessers, it is his mother that's even from Nigeria, but he chose to represent Nigeria rather than the Netherlands. And he has been able to do that, although the way it is now, he can still speak Nigerian, but saying his tweets, what he wrote on his Twitter handle, proud and honored to represent a big football nation like Nigeria, proud to be a Super Eagle. Of course, it makes me very happy because my blood is green and I'm so proud of this country. Things could be better anyway, but we'll get there someday. So we are happy that these guys have decided to choose Nigeria. Of course, Tammy Abraham, Fikayo Tomori, Bukayo Saka, all those others who choose to represent another country, good luck to them. Bear them no grudge at all. And of course, it's also good to accept the fact that, well, these guys grew up there, so they are basically English, even though their blood is Nigerian. But many of them do not even have that experience of Nigeria. So if they choose to look, if Israel Adesanya, Kamaru Usman, Anthony Joshua, if they have never mentioned Nigeria in their lives, I would not discuss them. I will not say, why are you not telling us that you are from Nigeria? Because apparently they grew up there and they are citizens of those other countries. But since they have chosen to show that they are Nigerians and they are proud of their Nigerian ancestry, we should also celebrate them. So for Cyril Desas, who chose to come and represent us, we are also proud of him. We are proud that he chose us, and we hope that this is the beginning of a very, very successful international career for him. We know what he can do. We've seen him at club level, so we want him to have a fantastic international career. We, of course, welcome him with open arms, and we are very, very happy that he chose Nigeria. And I hope that others will emulate him. But if they want to go the way of Tammy Abraham, Fikayo Tomori, and Bukayo Saka, good luck, oh, good luck. I'm only saying that I hope you do not end up like Gabriel Agbonlahor, John Fashanu, and this other guy, I've forgotten his name. I used to play for Crystal Palace, John Salako. Okay. John Salako, fantastic player. But he never. There was one time he was being interviewed and he was told that, do you know that even in Nigeria they still talk about you? He said, wow, really? You know. But I'm sure, given the benefits of hindsight, now he will have wanted to play for Nigeria. If you meet John Fashanu today, John Fashanu has been a guest on my program. I have interviewed him several times, and he will tell you his biggest regret was not playing for Nigeria, because he chose to represent England, and I think it's just one or two international caps that he has, and that was all. But with these guys that have chosen England right now, I think the guy that has the brightest future, I don't know, but I am thinking it's Bukayo Saka, because he can play as a left back, he can play as a wing back, he can play as a winger, depending on the formation. And when you are a utility player, you can play in multiple positions, you get more opportunities. But if Tammy Abraham, I don't think he can play any other position apart from being a striker. Are you going to deploy him in midfield or on the wings? I think it's really the striking position that he can play. And you know the kind of competition that he has. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has just come into the national team and he's scoring. Is it Harry Kane that you are going to get? There are so many other guys out there, so it's going to be difficult. For Fikayo Tomori, well, with the horror show from Harry Maguire yesterday, maybe there is now an opportunity for him, and he too, Tomori can play as a right back and can also play as a central defender. So maybe he's got opportunities. But anyway, good luck to them. But of course, the ones that concerns me are those who have decided to represent Nigeria, and those are the ones that we will celebrate.
We're on our first break on the show this lovely Thursday morning. We'll come back. We'll be going to Europe and take a look at what actually happened yesterday, analyze these games and how miserable it has been for the Manchester United captain Harry Maguire thus far this season. And we'll come back, we'll get into our sponsored segment. Please stay with us.
Devon King's cooking oil now ogbonge oil wey fresh well and the price now carry go. E get tamper proof and e dey for different sizes, so as e dey sweet your belly, e dey sweet your pocket. Oya jolly inside better, go buy Devon King's oil for shop wey near you.
Plenty there to win for the 9 Mobile Mega Millions promo. 90 people go hammer 1 million naira every day for 90 days. 2 people go win smartphones every hour, every day. The one wey fit pass now the 10 million naira grand prize. If you not be 9 Mobile customer, move, come outside or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphones, we go summer you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instanta plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 year. Recharge 200 naira and above. Make you for the win. Promo starts August 10 and ends November 7, 2020. And is approved by FCCPC.
9 Mobile.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food.
My dear, I am tired too.
I think it's about time we go solar.
Go solar?
With Vertical Solar, we can go solar for as low as 36,000 naira monthly by paying in installments of up to 12 months.
Really?
Vertical Solar range of products can power household devices such as televisions, fridges, air conditioners, microwave, water pumps, electric iron, washing machine, and lots more. With extensive pay in installments plans up to 12 months with 10 years warranty.
Wow! What are the benefits of solar energy?
We're talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, zero noise and smoke emission, and reduced generator maintenance cost.
Where is Vertical Solar located?
Number 28, Country Home Hotel Memorial Road off Ajib Junction, Sapler Road, Benin City. You can call them on 0816-170-1105 or 0703-623-4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, lifetime power partners. Alright, thank you so much for staying with us on the show this morning. Okay, let's get into it now. What is happening to Manchester United captain? I mean, bought for £80+ million from Leicester City and to Manchester United at some point last season. Yes, the first game to me has been his best game at United when he came from Leicester City. But at some point, he was a go-to man and things were working out okay for him. The project restarted. He really helped Man United to some extent, not large, some extent, to getting to where they got to last season, finishing third ahead of Chelsea. Now went off, had problems with the Greek police, came back, and he has been a catastrophic captain for Manchester United. And yesterday, like you said, probably could be his last game as a first team player.
Well, there are some that are calling for him not to ever be invited again to the Three Lions squad, but I don't think so. I don't think it is good to kick somebody when he's down. Every player, maybe some more so than others, but every player has this blip and dip in form where you will see the person and you wonder, is this really this guy? It's only when it extends for a very long time that you now feel, okay, this is becoming too much and maybe it's time to take decisive action. I feel sorry for Harry Maguire. I think he's a decent lad, but I don't know, maybe that holiday to that Greek island in Mykonos, maybe he shouldn't have gone there, really, because it seems like it is affecting him. Towards the end of last season and everything, he did pretty well. He scored a couple of goals, and suddenly it was like, okay, Manchester United have got the missing link, that leader that they needed in the defense, and that's why they made him captain of the team. But things have really not gone well for him at all this season, and I think it started from that Greek misadventure. Yesterday was horrible. Got 2 yellow cards. That slightly after he got the first one, maybe he should have avoided making that second time. Clearly missed the ball, and then he spread out his leg and tackled the man, and the referee had no choice but to send him off. He was just woeful all through that encounter, and England getting beaten at home, which is not by Denmark. It's not something that is pleasant at all. Yeah, it was a terrible display, but I would not go so far as to say they should never invite him to the national team again. Maybe they should. They have to give him a couple of opportunities, but perhaps they rushed him back. You know, at one point when he was in the lists, he was invited before while the case was being tried in Greece, and then later the coach was forced to get him off the team list, and now he is back. Maybe he should have just waited, you know, perhaps give him time to really get his head in the right place before extending an invitation to him. But now he has come back, and from what we saw of him yesterday, it might just be the last that we see him, going by the performance yesterday. But I want to be magnanimous and say we should you know, just hang on a bit, because it's not fair. If that's the case, then it will mean that so many players might only play one game for the national team, because whenever they play badly, we say that is it, this guy is not good enough for the national team, he is gone. But I want to see a bit of consistency from the pundits, English pundits especially, because if it is players of other national teams, I think they are a bit more critical. But now with Harry Maguire, they are saying, well, he's going through a bad period, we need to give him time, he's going to get over this and all that. I want to see that consistency. If you are going to give certain freedoms to English players, then it should be consistent. Let it be with every player. Not that if a player of a particular nation is not doing well for a club, you just say this guy is not good enough and everything. But when it's an English player, that's when you start looking at, oh, there may be something going on in his personal life and all that. Let us be consistent. So I would say Harry Maguire, nobody can dispute that he had a horrible game yesterday, but I don't think we should just write him off. It's not fair to do that as humans. If it happens to you, you would want other people to try and be a bit more understanding. So I would plead that we should be given another opportunity. So if it continues, if the form dips continuously, that's when you will now say, okay, this guy is just not it.
Before we go for our very first break, for our sponsor's message on this particular segment, I just want to ask this last one concerning Harry Maguire before taking a look at the comprehensive result. We'll come back from this break. If you were a Manchester United manager as of this moment, or part of the technical crew, looking at the fact that you've only won just one game this season and you've conceded 2 digits thus far as far as goals are concerned, and you want a quick response from your team and from the players you just brought in, apart from Cavani who will be playing this weekend because of the rules right there, will you start a Maguire?
Is there anybody better that should be started? Does Manchester United have a better player that you can start at the moment? Look,
he's dangerous for them.
I will give him another opportunity. It is when he continues to flop, that's when I'll say, okay, you've got to drop him. I don't think it has been that consistent. Consistent poor performances. For Manchester United, I think the entire team is not playing well. It's not like they are doing well, so it is the defense that is letting them down. I think we can see there is a general problem at Manchester United. So to single out Harry Maguire as the cause of the problems with Manchester United, I don't think it is fair. So I will not drastically make changes. I'll give him another opportunity and see what he can do.
I'll be right back. Please stay with us.
It's time to win very big. Feel the excitement at www.betpay.ng, the sports betting company that rewards you whether you win or lose. Stay on top of the action wherever you are. Get the best odds, 150% deposit bonus. Cash out anytime. Accumulate your bonus. You can deposit and withdraw instantly, 247 and much more. Register now at BetPay to start winning. You can also become a BetPay agent and earn fantastic commissions and bonuses. Visit www.betpay.ng. BetPay. You stay, we pay.
Alright, thank you so much for staying with us. Okay, now, arguably, these two teams were the best at the 2018 FIFA World Cup held in Russia. They both went all the way from the group stages to the round of 16 to the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, still through to the finals, and they played. We're expecting a more entertaining football showcase from both, but one came really to party while the other fell out with Kylian, another with France. They were fantastic. Now, it seems as if France, it wasn't just about that particular game, but for some time now they've had their cards in their bag. Talking about Croatia, they've had Croatia's number, dying the cards in their bag. This, what happened last time, it was the 8th consecutive times now that they've met recently, and they've been unbeaten, and they've always find a way of winning. Kylian at it again, like it were in the final in Russia, he found a way to get the second goal that won it for them last night. 2 goals to 1. The world champions won the game. I almost called them defending champions. I forgot that this is Euro Nations League. That title belongs to Portugal.
Yeah, Mbappe scored his 16th international goal with 11 minutes left, which is fantastic for him. The young man just keeps he keeps his profile just keeps getting bigger. You know, he idolizes Cristiano Ronaldo and was starstruck when they played against Portugal. Maybe that was why he was a bit off. He wasn't as razor sharp as he normally is, and although he had an opportunity, but that game ended in a goalless draw. But yesterday he got a goal, which turned out to be the winning goal, as France were able to beat Croatia 2-1. Good result for the French. They remain unbeaten in the Euro Nations League, and they are top of their Group A3. So a fantastic result for them. In other matches, we had Lithuania taking on Albania. That match ended in a goalless draw. Finland won, Republic of Ireland 0. Italy won, the Netherlands won. This was a highly anticipated game. Then, as we're talking about Kylian Mbappe, who is in very good form, of course, you've got to say the hottest striker in the world, Robert Lewandowski. He was at it. They beat Bosnia and Herzegovina 3-0. Estonia won, Armenia won, North Macedonia won, Georgia won, Greece 0, Kosovo 0, Moldova 0, Slovenia 4. Belarus beat Kazakhstan 2-0, and we told you that England lost 1-0 to Denmark at home. Belgium, the top-ranked team in the world, they lost to England, and the British press were telling us that was a statement victory from England, but the very next game England lost their game at home. Iceland. Belgium went on to beat Iceland 2-1, and of course Romelu Lukaku, he's also one of the hottest strikers in the world right now. And the one we told you earlier, France beating Croatia 2-1. Then we look at the tables right now, so many of them, but maybe we'll look at the
top ones.
The ones in Group A. In Group A1, Poland are top with 7 points, followed by Italy 6 points, the Netherlands 5 points, and Bosnia and Herzegovina 2 points. In Group A2, Belgium top 9 points, followed by Denmark 7 points. England have dropped to third, they are on 7 points too, and Iceland no points. Then Group A3, Portugal top 10 points, France second 10 points, Croatia 3 points, Sweden no points. Group A4, Spain top 7 points, Germany second 6 points, Ukraine third 3 points, and Switzerland bottom 2 points. In Group B1, Austria are top here with 9 points, Norway second 9 points, Romania third 4 points, and Northern Ireland have just 1 point. Group B2, Scotland, they are playing very well. They are top 10 points. Czech Republic second 6 points. Israel third 5 points, and Slovakia got just 1 point. Group B3, Russia are top 8 points. Hungary second 7 points. Turkey third 3 points, and Serbia bottom 2 points. Group B4, Wales top 10 points. Finland second 9 points. Republic of Ireland third with 2 points, and Bulgaria bottom just 1 point.
That's what went down yesterday. I will be right back. The 2020-2021 Premier League is here. It's time to win big. And the best way is, of course, getting yourself a jersey so that you can identify yourself with your favorite team. We at www.betspay.ng want to give our punters the opportunity to win a football jersey of their choice. 10 replica jerseys to be worn each week for the next 4 weeks. To participate and win, visit www.betspay.ng to register. Place a bet of 200 naira. The more bets you place, the more entries you get into the draw. 10 winners will be chosen at random in a draw every Monday. All winners will be contacted. Follow us on our social media pages with your username and ticket number to qualify for the draw. On Instagram, find us at BetPayNG. On Facebook, find us at www.facebook.com/BetPayNG. All right, he might not be in his best form of his life, and maybe not where he wants to be right now as far as his football is concerned, but he has been among the goals for both club and country thus far this season. His name is Marcus, and it's Rashford at the same time. He has launched a petition to tackle child hunger. Remember, he has been on this, for some time now, and that earned him the member of the British Empire. That's MBE honor. He's not a big boy in that area. And of course, he has been raising funds. He has been dragging the government here and there to ensure that they get to focus on what is happening to the children in the UK. I mean, which is very important. We talk about the youth, the children. They are the future of our tomorrow. If you don't take care of their needs right now, there's no future. That's the way it is. So he's trying to turn attention of the government of the United Kingdom after this. And I want to say congratulations, Marcus. We are right with you. I mean, what you're doing is amazing. At this age, 22, 23, you're talking about getting to put food on people's table. I mean, it's fantastic. And I want to say from here, all of us, we are wishing you the best. And all those that are partnering with him right now, multinational companies coming together for this cause, thank you so much. I mean, once you give a child a meal a day, you've done more than what the government, might be thinking of doing for your country.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, from what he's doing now, it's clear that it is not the recognition that he was after. Yeah, he's one day the member of the most excellent order of the British Empire, but he has not relented. He has kept on going. So it tells you that the MBE, he wasn't even expecting it. He wasn't doing it for the MBE. He just felt, I'm passionate about this. I have been down this road. I know how terrible it is if you are unable to get this meal ticket from the government, and that's why he has insisted that they have got to. Look, the United Kingdom, it's one of the most advanced countries in the world. If you're talking about
technology and everything,
the most industrialized nations, Great Britain is there, but still, even there, they have got these problems. And Marcus Rashford recognizes it because he, maybe because of his then background, knows that this thing is an issue. Now, of course, Marcus Rashford accepts it is directly from God. I don't think he and his family will ever go hungry. He will, if he wants to eat 7 square meals and become the Kozuna letter, he can afford it.
Big boy,
but he is not thinking, I am out of the ghetto and all that. He is thinking about those who are. Look, if everybody who was ever poor and God lifts you out of poverty, if they think like this, honestly, believe me, there will be less hungry people in the world. Do you know that the world right now, we are about 7-point-something billion, and according to the World Food Program, which won the Nobel Prize for Peace, they said, look, the world right now is producing food for about 10 billion people. Yet, almost every day, over 6 million people, 6 million or 600 million, go hungry. They go to bed hungry every day. But there is enough food to take care of everybody. As they said, we have enough to take care of our needs, but there isn't enough to take care of our greed, and which is the truth. Because if you look even here in your country, in Nigeria, the resources we have is enough to take care of everybody. Nobody should be poor. Nigeria has no business being poor. But even with all the abundant resources, you can see that so many people are hungry. You see the when we're doing COVID-19 relief palliatives. You saw how many people came to this place.
I said I was hungry. At that point, I just told myself, I am not.
Yes. And that's why you complain that you do not have shoes until you see somebody that does not even have legs. You think, I suffer, oh God, I cannot think what I want to, I can't afford this meal, I can't afford this, I can't afford that.
True.
And you see somebody that does not even have at all. It's horrible. So I'm glad that somebody like Marcus Rashford is looking at this. I hope that we in our country, so I hope it will inspire people, not just sportsmen and women, everybody who has. And God bless all those people who reached out to KUFM, and many of them said do not even mention it. There are so many people. I've mentioned this, but there is one young man who told me, he contacted me on, I think it was on WhatsApp, and he was saying he was going to be sending 10,000 naira from his salary. I don't know how much this guy earns, but I don't care. Even if he's earning 1 million naira, he did not have to. He's not a government official. He's not elected. He didn't have to do that. But this guy, they said he would do it for 5 months. Last month, he still did it. And I had to remind him, you've actually
completed
though. It's actually the 5 months has been done. You fulfilled your prayer, because when it was the 5th month, I sent him a mail. I said thank you. You said you wait for 5 months, and you've done it for 5 months. And he now sent this last month, which I told the guys at we usually use Redditor to disburse that money. He said that he knows that he has completed the 5 months, but there is somebody out there that needs this more than him. And he said I don't know whether he will continue to do it, but even if he doesn't, even if it's the 6 months that he has done, if everybody out there who can afford it does it, there will be less hungry people in the world. So Marcus Rashford, really what he's doing is inspiring. I hope that he gets to win more awards, and his story will inspire people out there. You can say, well, he can afford it now, but it doesn't matter. Apart from using his own private funds, he is now telling the government, you do this so that you will be able to reach more people than me as an individual. And I'm sure some of the politicians in the United Kingdom, they will now start thinking, okay, look at this young 22-year-old, he's doing this. Let us also do that. And I hope it is going to also inspire people in Nigeria.
So I got angry at some point during this week. I saw something on the television, furniture allowance, this allowance. I got so angry. I saw it on television. I went to bed. But anyway, I suppose I said, this is errant nonsense. I mean, there's so many people sleeping right now without food, and so many things are going wrong. We're talking about these allowance over $1 million to repair your what?
And this people, it's not like they really need it, because from even the salaries that they get, they can take care of these things themselves. So I mean,
like
it's just misplaced priorities.
I think it's great. We'll be right back. Please stay with us, guys.
If I put this one, I get 500,000. If I put this one, I get 1 million.
Which one when you talk to yourself like this?
Never your bet pay. On bet pay, they're going to reward you whether you win or lose. Remember, say 150% first deposit bonus they wait for you. If you deposit and withdraw this counter 24/7, and many of poker package full ground, go register for bet pay and start to win.
Person fee be agent?
Yes, now if you become agent and then you go to get what poker bonuses. Oh yeah, go www.betpay.ng.
Bet pay. You stake, we pay.
All right, finally, before we leave this segment and go to another one, where we take a look at Conor McGregor and a statement. We hear that Cristiano Ronaldo has gone back to Italy, but he will not be part of the team this weekend. Is still self-isolating. Now, this is the problem. We need to return a negative result to the club and UEFA for him to participate in the UEFA Champions League before next week. Remember, their first game is against Barca, and usually we need him to play. Barca, obviously, we've got Messi. We pray once they return now and they all conduct tests all over. I hope none of them will return positive, they all return negative, so that we can have this fantastic game that we are all awaiting come next week. And that's what is going on. We also know, as at yesterday, I heard that the 3 points have been given to them for 3-0 against Napoli for failing to feed team. I think it was the last before the international break. So you know that.
But maybe I think Napoli should appeal, because it was the local authorities that said you cannot travel because of the a couple of their players have tested positive for COVID-19. So I don't know, but the Serie A are saying now that it is not force majeure. You know, it's not enough for them to have missed the match. I think it was maybe miscommunication between both parties. Apart from losing that match, they have also been docked 1 point, which I think it's a bit severe given the circumstances of the whole thing. But maybe they didn't communicate properly, so that the Juventus will not also have come out for the match, because the Juventus actually came ready to play that match, but Napoli did not show up, and that was because it was just yesterday that they were released. They did not even allow them to go home. They were in their training ground isolating. So it was just yesterday that they said, okay, you've done the required number of days, now you guys are free to go home. So maybe they didn't really communicate properly, and that's why this happened. They lost that game at 3-0, and they were also deducted a point.
Okay, we'll go now and take our last sponsor's message, and we'll come back from this. We'll be taking a look at all the sport. Quickly, we'll take a look at the transfer window. Remember, I told you about the transfer window in England. Tomorrow it will be coming to an end, and all that. We'll just take a look at some of the stories coming out from there.
say no time to check time, but this is not time to hammer. You don't try bet pay, they go reward you whether you win or lose. Remember, say 150% first deposit bonus, they wait for you. You fit cash out anytime. You fit deposit and withdraw instant 24/7, and many Ogbonge get things full grand though. Yourself fit become BetPay agent, and you go dey get Ogbonge bonuses. Oya sharp go www.betpay.ng. BetPay, you stake, you play.
All right, thank you so much. Now, quickly, just two prominent names here. Said Berrimah, the urgent sensation with Brentford right now. We hear that Western United are now discussing terms, personal terms with him, and they are yet to officially agree a deal between themselves and Brentford. But we hear that day is set in between now and 5 p.m. tomorrow.
I also heard that Southampton are interested. West Ham, it looked like he was going to West Ham. Later we heard that the negotiations stalled, and then Southampton were coming in. Maybe that's what prompted West Ham to now want to go and get him.
And quickly, before we take one more message, but not obviously from sponsor, one more message. The clubs in EPL, remember that Project Big Picture? They've rejected
the 20 clubs. And I'm wondering, so if they say the 20 clubs, it means Manchester United and Liverpool also rejected it, but they were the ones that started the whole thing. So I think it's best that they should just continue the way it is. That proposal to reduce it to 18 clubs, I knew it was going to cause some friction, and then when you do not carry everybody along, even from the big six, some of them were not happy with it. Then even West Ham, that they were promised they were going to get special voting rights in. Then they will now become part of 9 clubs that will enjoy that. West Ham said they were not interested in all of that. Aston Villa manager came out to say that it seems that there was something untoward with the whole process. So I just knew that it was going to fail. And now all 20 clubs have said they are rejecting it.
Please stay down, guys, to go for this quick break.
Wake up, another better dollar. For those of now, whenever you see MTN SIM for 15 days now, MTN they do win back package. With the presidential welcome back of 6 times your recharge when you load 50 naira and above. Yes, so not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not even 5. Now 6 times your recharge. Them go give you for credit and data. Your eyes don't clear. This one means say if you recharge 100 naira, MTN will summon you with 600 naira credit plus free 100 MB data. If you go recharge 200 naira, now 1,200 naira credit will drop for your phone plus free 200 MB data. Just make sure say you use *161* recharge pin hash, take recharge and enjoy your bonus for up to 30 days. Now this type presidential will come back. I like. Make I go find my own MTN SIM, begin enjoy better.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
All right, quickly we move on now. Let's talk about Conor McGregor Ibrahim. I think this should be the second time he has told us that, oh boy, I know the fight again. I'm not doing it. Third time. Yeah. But he just tweeted late yesterday that he has accepted a challenge from Dustin, and the date set for January 23rd next year, that he will be fighting in a Cowboy Stadium. That's in the United States, obviously.
Yeah. For Conor McGregor, I mean, we really do not know what he's up to. Initially, he said he was retired, and he's retired for good, and he was even thinking of switching back to boxing to fight against Manny Pacquiao. That's the one. And Manny Pacquiao camp have also come out to say, yeah, they are interested in this. Now, he was challenged by Dustin Poirier, and he said he has accepted that challenge, and he wants that fight. And Poirier too said, okay, that's good. It's close to his birthday weekend, so he wants to have this fight, and it's just left now for the UFC to sanction it. And in January we are going to be having this fight. I think Dustin Poirier has fought against Khabib Nurmagomedov. He was submitted by Khabib. I think that was the last fight that Khabib had before the pandemic struck, and he lost his father. And now we know Khabib will be fighting very soon, a couple of days actually, against Justin Gaethje, and then after that we'll see what will happen. And it's interesting that before he fought Poirier, the last opponent he had was Conor McGregor. Not talking about Khabib, who submitted Conor McGregor, and he also submitted Dustin Poirier. So now both of them will be fighting against themselves. It will be interesting to see what happened. The last fight for Conor McGregor was against the cowboy Donald Cerrone, whom he knocked out in just about 47 seconds or so. So we want to see that fight, and good luck to both fighters.
For time's sake, we have to end here now. I'll just take some couple of messages. I'll have a lot of bills to pay. Let's take a look at the messages now.
All right, this one reads, "Good day, men of sports. I wish CR7 a quick comeback. Any update from Man United, from Uchechi in Benin?"
Update regarding what?
Maybe transfer and everything. What is the fate of the Super Eagles in FIFA ranking now that they are losing the second game? Prime God's time from Urora. We didn't lose the second game. It was a 1-1 draw. Good day, guys. Is Hazard still injured? I am Francis from Sapele.
Yeah.
It's not fit. It's not fully fit, so that's why he joined the Belgian team earlier, but he withdrew. Good day, guys. Will Pulisic play against Southampton? I'm Francis from Sapele. Well, this is Sanusi Francis.
Okay.
And this is Sani Ibrahim.
Okay.
Did you hear Lampard in any of our names? It's only Lampard. Yeah, they are training. So it's only Lampard that will tell you this is the player that will play. But the guys who won the last weekend Formula 1, the problem with Super Eagles coach is that he is not bleeding green yet, like Ibrahim. Not until he starts bleeding green, the Super Eagles will continue to perform badly. This is my opinion from Mr. Sylvester in Adwawa. Well, he's German and also French, but I don't know if it will be possible to have him bleed green. But Clemens Westerhoff was Dutch and he bled green because it said he was a Dutchnarian. Yeah, and for the Formula 1 it was Lewis Hamilton who won. I don't see why
the last one.
Okay, I don't see why leaving Dexas on the bench, a natural striker that is yet to get his debut for the Super Eagles. Does he have strong faith in this man? It is a friendly match, for God's sake, for crying out loud. Make that coach may give me excuse, say he lose the match. Anyway, didn't really send this before the game.
This is one of the recordings on the show this morning, but we're back by 4 p.m. But before we go, let's take the final whistle on the show this morning.
We are hopeful that the reopening of all sports will be shortly upon us. The ministry has done all that's necessary and required, especially with regards to the COVID-19 protocols. The PTF, Health Ministries, and NCDC have guided appropriately. A bit of patience, sports lovers. A statement from the Ministry of Sports promising a return of all contact sports soon under strict COVID-19 protocols. And that's the final whistle on Sports Fiesta this morning.
We'll consider that's time for us to leave. We're back by 4 p.m. Have yourself a wonderful day ahead, and bye-bye.